show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not in the tank. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Cousins now. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Great stop by Devontae Wyatt, breaking through the line and stopping it cold. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Again, it's Cook. Able to slither by. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 31-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Joseph's got it. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason. season, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rodgers.
Finding space at the 40.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Here's Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Zadarius Smith switched teams, but never left the NFC North, going from Green Bay to Minnesota in the offseason. Had a back injury in 2021, but 26 sacks in 2 seasons as a Packer prior to that.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Well, that run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons. Brandon, first of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Here's Cook again.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Off the play fake, Cousins. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. From 17 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead grows to 10-0.
The score, Vikings 10, Packers nothing.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Rodgers to throw.
This one swung out here to Jones.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He'll go right back to Tunyon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage. Situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
That's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon from a yard out. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Packers 7. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Cousins. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 64 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. Hey, that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. Christian Watson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are back within a score. Now Crosby for the point after. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Makes the score Vikings 17, Packers 14. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Throwing, Cousins. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. He's got the first down and more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Cousins on first down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. The kick by Joseph is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
Ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 26-yard line.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Cousins. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swing. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, it's Cook again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's hard to believe as he gets that first down, but Sammy Watkins is in his 9th NFL season and he still hasn't even turned 30 yet. Plenty of tread left on the tires to be a contributor like he has been with 4 teams over his first 8 years in the league.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. First and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7 forthcoming.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
On second and 7, Cousins firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. To throw, Cousins. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Nice third down conversion of even 20 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Play action now. Cousins rolling to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Good route here.
Cousins to throw it. Steps away to his left.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Cousins gives way to Cook.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Throwing is Cousins. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Greg Joseph on for the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
Joseph's got it.
And that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that's CD an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. From the 36, Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 57 yards. Now Rodgers.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Rodgers will throw for it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, which to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Cook up the gut.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there.
And that'll make it third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Cousins.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon.
And the Vikings are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. On first down, Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down, Green Bay.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll go right back to Tunyon. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Down inside the 10. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Crosby connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it,
taking it right down Broadway. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 74 yards. And the Vikings use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
and that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Touchdown! Sammy Watkins, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out.
It's caught inside the 25. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
Crosby with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Cousins.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And they will get another first down here up near midfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Cousins to throw.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up.
Here's Cousins. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
Here we go.
One last shot now for Cousins. Under pressure, they got him again.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Green Bay, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.
My God, oh God, this is Son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better. Why these tell me? You can join the journey, you is worthy. Just allow me, no. Kicking down your door. Bloodsuckers, I see this industry is filled with sheep. People that pretend to be something that they will never be. Oh my, I just need some little old peace of mind. The sons of kings, the ghouls, the gods. The moon, the light, the fools, the facts. My God, oh God, this is Son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes, baby.
I can never be controlled. Let them know. 500 helicopters driving me gonzo, but they want you just to envy. Let them see it. I'm the first to say it, now it's time you just believe it. I got too many fakes, made lots of foes. These people cold. Talk down your dreams because they know they can't come close. Don't shake no hands, they'll steal your friends. I walk alone. I see false idols, other titles. You need to grow. Have you lost your mind? But I ain't like the others no more. God, I'm learning lessons as I go. You're only wasting time. Tell the devil there's a door. Praying God is only trying to test me for the throne.
My God, oh God, this is on a God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes, better.
Let me dumb it down, Benjamin. When we not equivalent. Really bad, looking so innocent. Bossy predicament. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No, ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad. Stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like it. I see no biggie. I mean, Hillary stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hot in the tank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. This bun on my knife, I'm tryna look. They do not come for me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if y'all under me. I'm with it in Rex involved. But they texting calls and run me that making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on no throne, you they taking none. You bragging on past, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No, ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad. Stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie.